Welcome to the Chinese Lore Podcast, where I retell classic Chinese stories in English. This is episode 36 of Journey to the West. Last time, Sun Wukong used a little trickery to get his hands on 2 of the 5 magical treasures that belong to the demon lords of Lotus Flower Cave. Then, when the demon lords decided to invite their old mother to come help them, Wukong secretly killed the 2 lackeys who were sent to invite her. He then took the form of one of those lackeys and turned a hair into the other. And these 2 imposter lackeys then went to the old mother's lair. At the entrance to her cave, they called out for the doors to be opened. A demon maid cracked the door just slightly and asked who they were. Sun Wukong replied, "We were sent from the Lotus Flower Cave on Flat Top Mountain to invite the old madam." The demon maid showed them in. After going through 2 sets of doors, they saw an old woman sitting high and mighty. She had snow-white hair, a ruddy, wrinkled face, just a few teeth, but a majestic manner. She looked like a chrysanthemum in the frost, and her face was the color of old pine trees after the rain. She wore a white silk scarf around her head, and her earrings were studded with jewelry. Sun Wukong now thought to himself, I've used my powers to turn into a demon lackey to come invite that old demon. It won't do if I stand upright while talking to her. I have to kowtow to her instead. Alas, being the hero that I am, I would only ever kowtow to 3 people, the Buddha in the West, the Bodhisattva Guanyin, and my master. When my master freed me at Twin Borders Mountain, I kowtowed to him 4 times. And since then, I have given my body and soul for his sake. But now I have to go kowtow to this she-devil? But if I don't, I would give myself away. Oh woe, it's only because my master is in trouble that I will endure such humiliation. The thought of this actually brought him to tears as he stood outside the second set of doors. But he collected himself, went in, and kowtowed. The old she-demon told him to get up and asked where he was from. "I'm from the Lotus Flower Cave on Flat Top Mountain," Wukong said. "My 2 lords commanded me to come invite you to go eat the Tang monk's flesh, and to bring along your dazzling golden cord to capture Sun Wukong." The she-demon was delighted. "What good filial sons they are," she exclaimed. She then called for her sedan chair. While Wukong secretly marveled at how even a demon had a sedan chair, 2 young demon maids brought out a sedan chair made of fragrant rattan. They set it down and lifted up the green gauze curtain. The old she-demon sat down inside the sedan chair, and a few of her maids stood ready with her stuff. But she told them, "Why are you coming along? I'm going to my son's place. There'll be no shortage of people there to look after me. I don't need you to fuss over me. Go on back, shut the door, and take care of our home." So the demon maids all went back inside, and only 2 demon lackeys remained to carry her sedan chair. She then asked the messenger lackeys for their names. "Oh, my name is Ocean Dragon," Wukong said, and then he pointed at his monkey-haired comrade, "and he is Mountain Tiger." "You 2 go on ahead and lead the way," the she-demon said. "Oh, what rotten luck," Wukong thought to himself. "I haven't gotten any scripture yet, and now I have to be her slave?" But he's come this far, so he's gotta play along. So he led the way and shouted loudly for her lackeys to lift her chair up and follow along. After a couple miles, Wukong sat down on a cliff and waited for the entourage to catch up. When they did, he said to the demon lackeys, "Hey, how about we take a break? Your shoulders must be sore from the weight of the chair." The lackeys set the sedan chair down, and Sun Wukong, while hiding behind the chair, pulled a hair from his chest and turned it into a big steamed bun and acted like he was munching it. The lackeys who were carrying the sedan chair asked what he was eating, and he told them, "It's kind of embarrassing. I had to come all this way to invite the madam, but I didn't get any reward, and my stomach is growling. This was just a little dry ration that I brought along with me. Let me eat a few bites before we get back on the road." "Hey, how about letting us have some too?" the sedan-carrying demon lackey said. "Oh, sure, we're all family, so no problem," Wukong said. The 2 lackeys now gathered around to share in the bun. But while they were busy dividing up the snack, Wukong pulled out his golden rod and brought it down on their heads. One of the lackeys' skull was smashed and he died instantly. The other was grazed and groaned in pain before expiring. The old she-demon heard the groan, so she poked her head out of the sedan chair to see what's up. She was greeted by Sun Wukong's rod, which left a hole in her head as her brain and blood spilled out. Wukong pulled the she-demon's carcass out of the chair and saw that she was actually a nine-tailed fox demon. He chuckled. "You damn beast, calling yourself Old Mother? If you're Old Mother, then I am Great Grandpa." He now searched the fox demon and found the magic golden cord. He stashed it away, giving him 3 of the 5 magical treasures that the demons possessed. He then pulled off a few hairs and turned them into Mountain Tiger, Ocean Dragon, and the 2 sedan-carrying lackeys. He himself transformed into the old fox demon and sat down inside the chair. His monkey hair lackeys lifted up the chair and carried him toward Lotus Flower Cave. Soon, this entourage of imposters had arrived at the cave, and the monkey hair versions of the lackeys called for the gates to be opened. The lackey guards reported this to their lords, and the 2 demon kings came out and set up an incense table to welcome their quote-unquote mother. Now this made Sun Wukong giddy. "Ha, my turn to get some respect," he thought to himself. "I had to kowtow to that old she-demon, but now I am the old demon, and these guys are kowtowing to me. Looks like I came out ahead." He stepped out of the chair, which the lackeys brought into the cave. He then was escorted with great fanfare and deference into the main hall, which was swirling with the smoke of incense. He sat down in the big chair, and the 2 demon lords kneeled and kowtowed to pay their respects. While this was happening, Zhu Bajie, who was hanging from the ceiling in one of the wings of the hall, let out a laugh. Sha Zeng, who was hanging in the other wing, asked why he was laughing. "We were worried that once the demon's mother had arrived, we would get steamed and eaten," Bajie chuckled. "Turns out it's not their mother, but a familiar face." "What do you mean?" Sha Zeng asked. "The stable monkey is here." "How can you tell it's him?" When the she-demon bent down to say, 'Get up, my sons,' I saw a monkey tail poke out behind her. I'm hanging higher than you are, so I had a better angle." "Well, don't say anything," Sha Zeng said. "Let's see what he's up to." Sun Wukong now asked the demon lords, "My sons, why did you invite me here?" Goldenhorn said, "Mother, we have been slack on showing our filial piety as of late. But today, my brother captured a Tang monk from the east. We did not dare to eat him just by ourselves. We wanted to invite you here and present him to you alive. Then, we can steam him and let you eat him, so that you can add to your longevity." "Oh, son, I don't care about eating a Tang monk's flesh," Wukong said. "But I hear that Zhu Bajie's ears are quite tasty. Cut them off and prepare them so I can have them with my wine." Zhu Bajie did not take kindly to that little jest. He cursed, "You damn stable monkey! You want to cut off my ears? You won't like what I have to say." Well, that one outburst blew Sun Wukong's cover, and just then a couple of lackeys who had been on patrol duty rushed in and said, "My lords, there's a problem! Sun Wukong killed your mother! That must be him in disguise!" When Silverhorn heard that, he immediately pulled out his 7-star sword and attacked Sun Wukong. Wukong simply twisted and vanished in a red glow, leaving the demon lords dumbfounded in his wake. Goldenhorn now said to Silverhorn, "Brother, let's just give the Tang monk, Sha Zeng, Zhu Bajie, the white horse, and their luggage all back to that Sun Wukong and be done with this mess." But Silverhorn pushed back. "Brother, what kind of idea is that? How much effort did I spend to capture that monk? And yet you are so afraid of Sun Wukong that you would just give the monk back? That's the act of a coward who shies away from combat, not that of a real man. Just sit and don't fret. I have heard you say how powerful that Sun Wukong is. Even though I have encountered him, I haven't fought him. Let me don my armor and fight a few exchanges with him. If he can't beat me, then the Tang monk will still be food for us. If I can't beat him, then we can still return the Tang monk to him." Goldenhorn agreed, so Silverhorn put on his armor, grabbed his sword, and stomped out, shouting, Sun Wukong, where did you go? Wukong was hovering up in the clouds at the moment. When he heard the demon call his name, he looked down and saw Silverhorn, clad in a phoenix helmet, a shiny suit of armor, a girdle woven from dragon sinews, and soft leather boots that had folds like plum blossoms. Sun Wukong, return my treasures and my mother, and I will spare your Tang monk and let you go on your way to get scripture, Silverhorn shouted. Wait, did he just offer to let Sanzang go? What kind of threat is that? But no matter, Sun Wukong wasn't exactly listening anyway. He now cursed. Damn demon, you didn't even recognize your granddaddy. Hurry up and return my master, my brothers, our horse, and our luggage, and give us some travel money so we can be on our way. If you dare to utter so much as half a no, then I will tie you up with your own magic rope. It will save me from having to do it myself. Silverhorn now leaped into the air, and the two went at it amid the clouds for 30-some exchanges without a winner. Sun Wukong was actually happy to find somebody who was a match for him. But he was also eager to get this fight over with so he could finish the whole rescue operation. He thought about using the magic gourd or vase to bottle up Silverhorn. But then he thought, what if I call his name and he doesn't answer? That would spoil my plan. Let me use the golden cord instead. So he wielded his rod with one hand to deflect Silverhorn's sword, and with the other hand, he tossed the golden cord into the air. It immediately wound itself tightly around Silverhorn. Well, that was easy. Actually, not so much. See, this was Silverhorn's treasure, after all, and he knew its secrets. Specifically, he knew two incantations that controlled the cord. One made it tighten, while the other made it loosen. So Silverhorn now recited the cord loosening spell, and the rope immediately released him. He now took the rope in hand and hurled it back at Sun Wukong, and it immediately wrapped itself around Wukong. Before Wukong could use his powers to slip away, Silverhorn had muttered the cord tightening spell, and the rope bound Wukong tightly. Silverhorn now raised his sword and took 7 or 8 hacks at Wukong's head, but they didn't even leave a scratch. Damn monkey, you have a hard head, Silverhorn said. Fine, I won't kill you yet. I'll take you back inside with me and beat you. Return my treasures at once. What treasures? When did I ever take anything of yours? Wukong scoffed, playing dumb. Well, Silverhorn searched him and found the magic gourd and vase. With all 3 missing treasures now recovered, and with Sun Wukong captured, Silverhorn now reported back to Goldenhorn. As soon as Goldenhorn saw his prisoner, he was delighted and ordered Sun Wukong be tied up against a column. This done, the 2 demon lords went to their private quarters to celebrate with wine. As Sun Wukong fidgeted against the column, Zhu Bajie, dangling from the roof beam above, heard the rustling and laughed. Hey brother, looks like you don't get to eat my ears anymore. Hey dum-dum, how's it hanging? Wukong shot back. I'm going back outside now. I'll save you all. Oh, you're so shameless. You can't even get yourself out, much less save us, Bajie scoffed. Alas, alas, looks like we'll all die together. Well, at least we'll travel to the underworld together. Oh, stop it with your nonsense. Watch me. Yeah, I'll watch how you get out. While he was chatting with Zhu Bajie, Wukong was eyeing the demons. The demon lords were in the back drinking, and a few lackeys were busy going in and out to refill their wine. While they were busy with that, they were not paying close attention to the prisoners. When nobody was looking, Sun Wukong managed to slip his golden rod out of his ear, blew on it, and muttered, "Change!" The rod turned into a steel file. Putting the file in his mouth, he needed only a few strokes to cut through the loop of the cord around his neck. He then slipped out, pulled off a hair, turned it into a doppelganger of himself, and left it tied up against the column. He himself turned into a demon lackey and stood next to the column. Zhu Bajie now opened his big mouth again. Oh no, the tied up one is fake, only the hanging ones are real. Goldenhorn called out from the back. Hey, what's that Zhu Bajie shouting about? Sun Wukong, in demon lackey form, told him that Zhu Bajie was telling Sun Wukong to shapeshift and slip away, but Sun Wukong refused to, so they were arguing. What? Goldenhorn exclaimed. Ha, and they say that Zhu Bajie is honest. Turns out he's a scoundrel. He deserves 20 whacks to his mouth with a stick. So Sun Wukong acted like he was just about to carry out Golden Horn's command as he approached Ba Jie with stick in hand. Hey, 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 go easy on me, Ba Jie said. If you hit me too hard, I'm going to shout again. I recognize you. Damn it, I'm shapeshifting for your sake, Wukong whispered. Why did you blow my cover? None of the demons in this cave recognized me, so how did you? Heh, you might have changed your face, but you didn't change your butt. You have 2 red butt cheeks, right? That's how I recognized you. Hearing that, Sun Wukong quickly slipped into the kitchen, got some soot from the bottom of the wok, and rubbed it on his butt. Ha! Ba Jie laughed again. Now that monkey has a black butt. Sun Wukong now went to the demon lords and said, My lords, look at that Sun Wukong fidgeting left and right while trussed up to the column. He might wear out the magic golden cord. We should switch it out with some heavy-duty ropes instead. You're right, Golden Horn said. So he took off his lion girdle and gave it to Wukong. Wukong used it to tie up his doppelganger. He then stashed the magic golden cord in his shirt and pulled off a hair and turned that into a fake Chinese knockoff of the golden cord. He gave the knockoff to Golden Horn. Golden Horn was busy drinking and did not pay much attention as he took the cord back. With that treasure back in his hands, Wukong now slipped out of the cave, turned back into his true form, and shouted, Hey, demons! The lackey guarding the gate asked who he was, and Wukong said, Hurry up and tell that damn demon lord of yours that Kung Wu Sun is here. The lackey did so, and Golden Horn was alarmed. We've captured Sun Wukong, so how come we now have this Kung Wu Sun? Silverhorn reassured him. Brother, there's no need to be afraid. We have our treasures back. Let me take the gourd outside and bottle him up. Okay, be careful, brother, Golden Horn cautioned him. Silverhorn now walked out with magic gourd in hand. He saw that this Kung Wu Sun looked just like Sun Wukong, except maybe a tad shorter. Where did you come from? Silverhorn asked. I am Sun Wukong's brother. I heard you captured him, so I have come to settle the score with you. That's right. I did capture him, Silverhorn boasted. He is in my cave. Since you have come here, you must be looking for a fight. I won't trade blows with you. I'll just call your name once. Do you dare to answer me? Ha! If you call my name 1,000 times, I'll answer you 10,000 times, said Sun Wukong. So Silverhorn pulled out his gourd, turned it upside down, and shouted, Kung Wu Sun! Well, despite his boast just a second ago, Sun Wukong was actually a little hesitant to answer, since he knew what the gourd could do. Hey, why didn't you answer me? Silverhorn demanded. Huh? Oh, I'm a bit hard of hearing. You have to speak up, Sun Wukong said. So Silverhorn called out again, louder this time. Kung Wu Sun! Sun Wukong thought to himself, my real name is Sun Wukong. Kung Wu Sun is just a made-up name. That gourd shouldn't be able to bottle me up by my fake name. And with Silverhorn calling his fake name again, he couldn't bear it anymore, so he answered. And he was immediately sucked into the gourd. So I guess this was a smart magic gourd. Silverhorn now slapped a seal with Lao Tzu's name on the gourd and went back inside the cave. Inside the gourd, it was pitch black. Wukong tried to push the top open with his head, but it won't budge. He now started to get restless and thought, those 2 demon lackeys told me that whoever gets bottled up inside the gourd or the vase would be dissolved into pus in a few hours. Could that happen to me? But then he thought better of it. Nah, it can't dissolve me. 500 years ago, when I caused a row in heaven, they put me in Lao Tzu's cauldron for 49 days. It made my body impenetrable. This can't dissolve me in a few hours. Oh, fine, I'll just let him take me inside the cave and see what he'll do. Silverhorn went back inside his lair and told Golden Horn, Brother, I got him! Whom? Kung Wu Sun. He's inside the gourd. Golden Horn rejoiced. Good brother, have a seat. Just wait until you hear liquid sloshing around inside when you shake the gourd. Then you can take the seal off. Hearing this, Wukong thought, how the hell can I slosh around without melting? I know, let me take a pee. When he hears that sloshing around, he'll open the seal and I can slip out. But then he thought, wait, that won't do. Pee may slosh, but it would dirty my clothes. When he shakes the gourd, I'll just spit. He'll hear the saliva sloshing around and open the seal. Then I can escape. So Wukong waited, ready to let loose a few loogies as soon as the demons shook the gourd. Except the demon lords were so occupied with drinking that they were in no hurry to shake the gourd. So Wukong decided to give them a little reminder. "Oh heavens, I'm melting!" he shouted. Still, there was no shake, so he shouted again. "Oh mother of God, even my pelvis has melted!" Now this caught Goldenhorn's attention. He told his comrade, "Even his waist has melted. He should be about done. Open up the seal and have a look." Hearing that, Sun Wukong quickly pulled off a hair and turned it into a half-melted doppelganger of himself and left it in the bottom of the gourd. Meanwhile, he transformed into a tiny bug and perched near the mouth of the gourd. As soon as Silverhorn lifted the seal, Wukong flew out and quickly turned into Ocean Dragon, one of the lackeys that he had killed earlier. Goldenhorn, meanwhile, took the gourd and peeked inside, and he saw a half-melted monkey. He quickly told Silverhorn, "Brother, cover it back up. He's not all melted yet." Silverhorn did as instructed, while Sun Wukong chuckled under his breath next to him. Goldenhorn now filled a cup full of wine and offered it to Silverhorn with both hands, saying, "Good brother, accept this toast from me." "Brother, we've been drinking all this while. Why the toast now?" Silverhorn asked. "Not only did you catch the Tang monk, Zhu Bajie, and Sha Zeng, but you also tied up Sun Wukong and bottled up Kong Wusun. With such service to your name, you deserve a few more toasts." Touched by that gesture, Silverhorn accepted the toast. Except he had one hand on the gourd, and he did not want to slight his brother by taking the toast with just the other hand. So he handed the gourd off to the lackey standing next to him and accepted the toast with both hands. And of course, that lackey next to him was none other than Sun Wukong. As the two demon lords continued to drink and toast each other, he stood there holding the magic gourd. When the demon lords were distracted, he quickly stashed the gourd into his shirt and turned the hair into a fake gourd that looked exactly the same. He now held a fake gourd while tending to the demon lords. After a while, the demon lords took the gourd back and returned to their drinking. Sun Wukong took that opportunity to take his leave, rejoicing secretly all the while. He thought to himself, "These demons try so hard to catch me, but it's like trying to scoop the moon's reflection out of the water. On the other hand, it would be like melting ice over a fire if I were to try to catch them." He now slipped outside the cave, turned back into his true form, and shouted, "Demons, open up!" The lackey at the gate asked again, "Who are you? How dare you make a ruckus here?" "Hurry up and tell that old demon of yours that I, Wukong Sun, is here." So the lackey reported this to his masters, and Goldenhorn again was alarmed. He said to Silverhorn, "Ah crap, brother, we have roused a hornet's nest. The golden cord is tying up Sun Wukong, and the magic gourd is bottling up Kong Wusun. But now there's a Wukong Sun? All his brothers must be coming." "Oh brother, no worries," Silverhorn said. "My gourd can bottle up 1,000 people. I just bottled up one Kong Wusun, so why fear this Wukong Sun? Let me go take a look and bottle him up too." So Silverhorn swaggered outside with his gourd, or the fake monkey hair knockoff of his gourd, and shouted, "Who are you? How dare you make a fuss around here? You don't recognize me? Well, I used to live on Flower and Fruit Mountain in the Water Curtain Cave. Because I turned heaven upside down, I was punished for a long time. But now I have escaped my calamity, abandoned Taoism, and followed Buddhism. I'm going to the Thunderclap Temple to seek scriptures and the proper path. But I have run into some two-bit demons showing off their powers. Return the Tang monk so that he may continue west. Then we can call a truce and each tend to our own business. Don't piss me off, or you'll be dead." Silverhorn replied, "Come over here. I'm not going to fight you, but will you dare to answer if I call your name?" "Go ahead and call my name, and I'll answer," Wukong said with a smile. "But will you dare to answer me if I call your name?" "I'm calling your name because I have a magic gourd that can bottle up people," Silverhorn said. "But why would you call my name?" Way to show your hand there, buddy, telling your foe what's in store if he answered when you call his name. Anyway, Sun Wukong replied, I also have a gourd. Huh? Show me! Wukong pulled out the real magic gourd, flashed it in front of Silverhorn, and quickly tucked it back inside his shirt, lest Silverhorn try to grab it. Silverhorn was stunned and thought to himself, where did his gourd come from? How come it looks exactly like mine? Even if they grew on the same vine, they would at least be of different sizes. How can they be exactly the same? He now asked, Wukong Sun, where did your gourd come from? Sun Wukong had no answer for this, so he turned the question around and asked, where did yours come from? It looks like Silverhorn must have lost a few IQ points, for plot convenience, because he answered unsuspectingly. My gourd's origins date back to the time of creation, when heaven and earth were separated. Laozi, assuming the name of the goddess Nuwa, baked rocks which he used to patch up holes in the sky in order to save the world. When he put in the missing parts of the heavenly palace, he noticed an immortal vine at the foot of Mount Kunlun. On that vine was this purple gold red gourd, and he preserved it to this day. Now, if you're thinking, wait a second, that whole thing about Laozi assuming the name of the goddess Nuwa doesn't jibe with the canon that we've heard elsewhere, like in Investiture of the Gods. Then well, you're not alone. But to paraphrase Mystery Science Theater 3000, just repeat to yourself that this is just a monkey novel, and you should really just relax. Anyway, it was Sun Wukong's turn to explain the origin of his gourd. To see how he will answer, tune in to the next episode of the Chinese Lore Podcast. Thanks for listening.